We have another huge game coming up between Bangladesh and Afghanistan, and I think more than the two teams on the screen, the big one is going to be the venue they're playing in, because Afghanistan just played a cliffhanger against India there. They're sitting and waiting. They probably haven't left the ground yet. They're probably still hanging on to the memories of what they almost pulled off against India. Bangladesh will be flying in or driving in from a different venue. So edge to Afghanistan there, but the fact that that strip, that square, will definitely play a part.
Yeah, it will. You know for fact that it's not going to be a 240, 250 game. It's going to be, no, I'm sorry, not a 300 game, but it could be a 230 to 240, 250 kind of game. And you know that the spinners will come into play, I think, which works in the favor of both teams, because either teams have good high quality spinners, so you know that they come into play in this game. And I think the team that deals better to the spin bowling of the opposite side is the one that's going to be victorious.
And what will be interesting as well is the wicket which they will be playing on.
Yeah. Well, you said that 48 hours, probably the same surface.
Yeah, probably the same surface they will be playing on. So that will give advantage to Afghanistan for sure.
Little bit,
because the wicket was tricky.
Correct.
You know, it was a low scoring game, big boundaries. So that's something which will be taken into consideration by both the teams. Afghanistan will be aware of if they're playing on the same track, then I think it'll work in Afghanistan's favor to adjust and adapt to the conditions. Bangladesh will have to be smart in terms of going in this game. After the last game against India, for sure, Afghanistan will be upbeat. Looking forward to the contest. So yeah, tomorrow's game can be interesting to watch.
You were talking about 240. We've looked at the 6 scores in the 6 innings played in Southampton so far. The highest has been 230 when India chased down South Africa's total. Nothing. No one scored more than 230 in 6 innings.
That's right. So you know that it's not going to be like a skyscraper of a score. It's going to be there and thereabouts. So you know that kind of a game. But you know, coming into this game, Bangladesh would have assumed that they'd be favourites. But after the kind of game that Afghanistan have had against India, you know that they have a slight upper hand, especially with the confidence that they have in their bowling department right now.
And having played 100 overs on that surface.
On that same strip.
Bowled 50 overs, batted 50 overs, they'll know that surface inside out. Let's have a look at the two squads for Bangladesh and Afghanistan. First, let's take the Afghanistan team. Looks settled. One is assuming again that with the fact that they played their spinners, Gulbuddin Naib said, our spinners can trouble any team in the tournament. So you'd imagine, don't change a winning combination, and for the moment I'm using winning in terms of that excellent result against India.
Daulat Zadran had a back spasm. So that's what Gulbuddin was talking at the toss in the previous match. So we'll have to wait and see whether that change might happen.
So that will be like for like with Aftab Alam.
Yeah, so Aftab Alam will go out and Daulat Zadran may come back. Apart from that, when you look at this Afghanistan batting lineup, you know that they are batting light. You know, they are able to put up a fight with bowling, and if the conditions are suiting like the previous match, then for sure their spinners will be effective. Bangladesh will be very keen on taking 2 points, because you know this is the ideal kind of World Cup which they've been having, and they would want to continue with that run, having beaten South Africa and West Indies. They would want to beat Afghanistan and secure that position and create that pressure scenario for all the teams, because once Bangladesh wins tomorrow, then it's going to play hugely on all the teams, you know, and especially England, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, because they would want now someone to crack under pressure. You know, so it's all these now 3-4 teams which are going to be not only playing the game on the field, they will be watching other matches keenly, and a lot of results are going to determine which team is going where. And in this whole scenario, once again now the World Cup pressure which we always talk about, which was missing actually so far, you know, because the table was just kind of getting boring in that first 4 spots, is somehow now, you know, that World Cup excitement, that interesting position change we may get to see in the next 1 week or so.
Yes, we talk about one big over, a couple of big overs changing a match. Well, one big result in terms of Sri Lanka beating England has changed so many things, so many dynamics. But Bangladesh team, what about them? It's going to be interesting with Afghanistan. Almost it's like their home venue from the last game. So Bangladesh will come in as outsiders but as favourites. And well, in terms of getting an extra spinner in, they had Rubel Hussain coming in with Mustafizur, Mashrafi Mortaza. So there's talk possibly Saifuddin, if they want an extra pacer, but they wouldn't want an extra pacer on that pitch.
No, they wouldn't. You have to see that Shami Sarkar also did a decent job with the ball the other day. So, he fills that role up as well. So now, if they have another spinner on the outside who I don't see at the moment, I don't know if
They have Mossadegh as their...
Mossadegh is the only option I think they have.
Maybe him, but instead of whom? Because Rubel had a fairly decent game as well.
Well, it's Sabir in the last time who had come in for Mossadegh, so he has to replace Sabir Rahman.
It could be just that. That could be the only change. I don't see any other change happening. I think this team's doing well. As far as I'm concerned, they're favourites to win, but they have to earn it tomorrow from Afghanistan. It's not going to come easy. It's not going to be a dweeb of a game. It's going to be actually a proper game. It's going to be something that you're going to watch and say, okay, it's going to be a keenly contested game tomorrow.
Certainly will be. And the other factor we know is that anyone scores around 220, 230, 240, which is what's a likely score at Southampton, it ends up being an exciting finish. Just like the exciting finishes we've had, like today's Beat the Expert Champion, we're going to bring you the game day after day. So tomorrow too, download the app, get on My 11 Circle and make a team for Bangladesh against Afghanistan. The values are there. Pick your players, pick them judiciously. And of course, you've got Saurav Ganguly giving his promise, keeping his promise each time that those who can get more than him and that one person we choose will be our Beat the Expert Champion.